Okay, we're going to take this shelf and lay it on the ground and take it apart. We might use some of this wood over again for the new shelf I'm going to build.
Oh my gosh, they're gone. I came in here to check in on you and everything's gone. You only made a little bit of a mess on the floor. Okay, this is what this shelf looks like to begin with. And Kevin is going to take it apart. I don't know if he'll be able to use any of these pieces or not. But this is what it looks like before. Checking in. It's been about 20 minutes. This over here is the chest that fit into the bottom of this shelving unit.
Okay, I bought a router today. I got the Bosch router because I really like the reviews. It had great reviews on it. It's got the fixed router and it's got the plunge router base, so you can go in to a spot and plunge it in. It was regularly priced at $220, I think, and I got it for $199 at Lowe's. And I really wanted to use it to do the cuts for the shelves, but and I hoped around the edges, things like that for the shelves. You can make molding, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. I've always wanted one, so I finally got one. The Bosch comes with a case, whereas the DeWalt one I looked at did not come with a case. It looks like a very large suitcase, like you're going to take a gun or something.
It looks just like it does on the box.
It does. I like the wood handles and things like that. The only other thing I would have liked, there had another model that they didn't sell at Lowe's, and it was more expensive anyway. It had triggers, handles like this on even the fixed router, and the triggers were in the handle, and you could turn it off and on this way. This one is in the back, or it's right here on the side. So you have to kind of reach up and turn it on to get it going. That's it. I'm going to read some of the directions for it. Okay, we went to Lowe's, bought all our wood. I've got 2 by 10 by 10 foot long pieces of wood. I've got 2 by 10 by 6 foot long pieces of wood. I've got plywood over here. I've got plywood over here to go behind the pieces of wood. We still have to get a piece for over the mantle. What we're going to do is we're going to put bookshelves from floor to ceiling on both sides of the fireplace. I bought these sawhorses because I wanted to, I didn't really have a workshop to work in, so I'm going to have to use this room pretty much to do all the cutting in. So I wanted to buy some good sawhorses. And these were portable, so I could put them in my workroom when I'm not using them. They're sturdy, they've got really good reviews, and they really cost about the same amount as the plastic ones each. So while you get 2 of the plastic ones, everybody on the review sites were saying go ahead and get these because these would last you 10 times longer than the plastic ones would. So I went ahead and got these. Hopefully I'll have them for many years to come. I'm just going to make the legs longer because they're pretty short, but they're adjustable legs. You just take this wing nut out, take the little bolt out, and if you look on this side, they have these little pins that go in these holes. You just pick it out of the pins. Take it out of that. I was adjusting the other one to right about there. You just lay it back in. Put the bolt back in. Whatever hole is available, it's the only one that's actually through both of them. And then just tighten your window back on. And there you go. And I will put, these are metal legs. I don't trust those on this new floor that I just redid. So what I'm going to do is, if you look on the bottom of these, I've got a little piece of duct tape on the bottom just to keep it from scratching the floor up, hopefully. If that doesn't work, if I get any scratches, I'll have to put something thicker and heavier on there. Okay, I got an old piece of scrap wood here. I mounted this one piece of wood to my sawhorses just so I'd have a stable surface. If I really wanted to work, I'd probably have a bigger piece, but this will work good for right now. Got an old piece from the old shelving unit I'm just going to practice on, really. Got it clamped down in place where it won't move. I've got my router here. It's unplugged before you make adjustments. I got a ruler here. Since this is probably about a 1-inch piece of wood, which is really 3/4 of an inch, I'm just going to adjust my depth for my cut, and this is just a straight cutting bit, and I'm going to adjust it down to about a 1/2 inch. And again, I'm just kind of playing, so it doesn't have to be perfect. In reality, I'll probably actually, let me go a little less than that. Let me go to 1/4 inch, because it's probably what I'll actually use when I use it. And then you lock this down to lock your motor in place so it won't move. Now, I've never ever turned a router on in my life, so we'll see how this works. Normally you have guides to guide yourself to make a straight line. Again, since I'm just kind of playing around with it, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not trying to guide it to make it perfectly straight. I'm just gonna see what it feels like in my hand, honestly, to see how it works. And it may be super noisy, I don't know. So I'm just gonna make a straight square cut like you would put for your shelf. I'm gonna cut one right here, and so I want to back off my router from the edge and turn it on. That's pretty cool. Now, if I had a guide to hold it in place, of course, I would go straight across in a straight line, but that's pretty neat how it works. Throws a lot of chips on you. Even with the chip guard, it throws a lot of chips on you. That's pretty cool. I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with different ones. I know how that works now. I know the feel of it. It bites into that wood really, really good. So I'm going to change bits. I'm going to go along the edge just to see what I can do with that. I bought this bit set, which was way too much money, but I figured if I was ever going to do anything with it, I needed to do an assortment. But they're all, like, I think I may have said that, $7 or $8 a piece. When you get the whole set, they're only end up being about $3 a piece. So the set was good. I'm just going to try a round over bit, just a small 1/4 inch round over bit, and it has a ball bearing on the end of it that actually rides along the edge of the wood, and then it makes a curve edge. I'll try that for a little piece of it, just see what it looks like, and then I might get one of the fancier ones just to see what it does on the inside. This, for put it in, you basically slide it in there and make sure you don't go all the way down, but they say about a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch, so I just kind of leave a little gap in there to where you can kind of see it. And for this particular one, you put your wrench in there to this side, and you tighten this up through a black nut in there, and then you take this wrench and you tighten it the rest of the way up. Okay, this one is cut out to make like faux panels, like raised panels. It should be on the plunge base, but I didn't want to hook that up just yet. So I just wanted to cut into it and just kind of see what it's going to look like when I do it. I'm going to be real rough. I'm not running on guides or anything, so I'm just going to go down and down to there, maybe over and back, or maybe just down and over or something like that. So I just want to see what it looks like. But you really need a guide to hold you in place, don't you? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Doesn't quite look like a raised panel, but I think I'd have to go with something fatter. I've got a fatter one in there. I'd probably follow it. Okay, this particular bit is a round over bit, and it's got the bearing on the bottom, and I adjusted to where just the curved part of the bit is going to hit the wood. So hopefully it'll round off this corner, and I'm not going to do a huge piece. I'm just going to go down a little bit, but start off the work and turn on and then go in and then down. And it'll only go in so far. It's pretty cool. See that? Kind of rounded off that edge. So instead of you having a square edge, you got a rounded off edge. Feel that